Hi everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and it is Christmas in July. Yay. It is also triple play.
Yes.
And I'm here with Misty and Natalie, and we've got some fun things to show you, and they're all based around our templates.
That's right.
We have some fun new ones.
We have some fun new ones. So shall we get to it?
All right.
Misty, I think you're up first.
All right, let's go. All right, so this is my project. I used our little winter tree template.
Oh, they're so cute.
It's just super
And
simple.
that fabric is perfect because it's like a background.
It's very soft and muted and kind of earthy, which I thought was perfect for the trees.
I love it.
So to make this, you are going to need one package of 10-inch squares. I used Winter Dreams by Figo. You'll also need just a little bit of the bleached white for your first inner border, which is just 1/3 of a yard. For your outer border, you need 7/8 of a yard. That's a 5-inch border. And your backing, you need 3 1/4 yards.
That backing is gorgeous.
It's beautiful, isn't
Yeah.
it? You're also going to need some fusible. We're using the So Light, and then I used both of our holiday tree templates. So let me show you how to make this. Okay, so this whole quilt is just based on keeping these 10-inch squares whole. And so this is a 4x5 layout, and I just kind of, did a smattering of trees across the bottom.
What a great way to make a quick project.
Absolutely.
It's just absolutely
very
darling.
And so I just used all of the lights to be the background in my quilt. So I just kind of split it up. And I thought for the teaching, I would just do 4 together and we'll kind of do it like a runner. And so I've
Cute.
just sewn 4 of these together. And so that is ready to go. And so then now on the darks and the greens, we just need to prep that. So I went ahead and just put some fusible, cut out some 10-inch squares of fusible and put that on the back side. And then I just traced my templates on here.
And you use both of the different
both
kinds
the
of
different
trees.
kinds.
So the templates, when they come with the big one and the small one.
Exactly, they're nestled in there. And so usually I could get 1 large on my template and 3 or 4 of these out of each 10-inch square. And so
Very
I just
cute.
kind of played with it to get a variety of colors. And I have some of these cut out and ready to go. And so then now we can just peel the backing off and play
Such a
with
great
laying them
project.
out. And so that just comes off like that.
And these cutting off the templates, cutting off the out the little pieces. I mean, it's just a good TV job, when you're sitting watching television.
Exactly. And these are all the same print. I do like it when it's a little more scrappy, which is what I did back there.
Lots of scrappiness.
But you can just kind of build your little forest by just placing them across here.
Really cute.
And this is really as
let me
simple
help
as
you.
it is, yeah.
That's so fun.
And I thought, if you were doing a runner, it would be fun to do some facing this way and then maybe the other side is facing the other.
Or you could even do it this way. So
That's
they're
true,
just like
just
on
the
the
ends.
ends. Yeah.
That would be really cute. So there's tons of options. And even on the quilt itself, you could fill the whole thing. There's plenty of fabric in your layer cake. I just chose to do a few along the bottom here.
And you can make it as
love
big as
how
you
you
want.
overlapped a few of them, so it
Right.
looks like they're really foresty.
Exactly.
It gives it some depth.
And when you have those different prints, you can really do that. And I just used an invisible thread. We have it's a Superior brand. Invisible thread is my favorite one. It works so great. And then I just did a little tiny zigzag.
When you use
on all
the
of those.
invisible thread, do you use an invisible thread bobbin, or
No,
is it
just
your regular
bobbin,
thread
only on the top?
Okay.
Yep. And so then I didn't have to worry about changing colors or any of
Yeah.
that. And I just
Very
top stitched
cool.
all of it and then quilted all the way across. And I just think it turned out so cute. It's a perfect little throw, a great Christmas gift. And so this is just a little 1.5-inch inner border. And I think this is a 5-inch outer. And then here's our beautiful backing.
Oh, I love that fabric.
I
think
love it
it's
too.
just-
It's got this little bit of gold in it that really
Yeah.
gives it a fun detail. And I quilted it with pine tree meander. And so that is it. Just a super simple project for you for Christmas in July.
And a great
Yay.
way to use those tree templates.
Exactly. So who's
So
up
fun.
next?
I think I'm next.
Okay.
All right.
All righty then. All right, you guys, I'm super excited about my quilt.
So cute.
I think it's so
I
fun.
love it.
So to make this quilt, what you're going to need is 1 packet of 10-inch squares. I used 30 of them for my sweaters, if you will. I used Merry Little Christmas by My Mind's Eye for Riley Blake. Then you're going to need 2 fabrics, 2 accent fabrics, 1 1/4 yards of each, and I just chose 2 colors that were in the line, but everything would still stand out.
I love that you did that because it adds even more interest.
I love it too. It's just that checkerboard look. Our border is a 6-inch border, and we need 1 3/8 of that. The backing, I can't wait to show you the backing because it's a cheater back, and I love a cheater back. And so for the backing, you're going to need 3 7/8, which in my world is 4 yards. And then, of course, you'll notice the binding. The binding is 5/8 of a yard, and I love a stripe on the binding. Is that not so cute?
Adorable.
So here's our backing.
Oh my gosh.
I love
Look
that.
how darling that is.
I might
cute.
need to make myself
It's
a whole
so
cloth
cute.
quilt for my bed for Christmas.
Right? And I actually, one of the sweaters, this one right, where is
Right
it?
by your elbow.
Yep.
Oh, right here. So this one I fussy cut out of that backing.
That's
I mean,
so
there is one of
fun.
those squares in the layer cake, but it wasn't set right. And I wanted to make sure that I had this on there, so I fussy
My
cut
favorite.
That's so cute.
So I also used like every template that we own, I think.
All the Christmas ones.
All the Christmas templates.
Yes.
All right, so let me show you how to do this. So last year, everybody who got a Jenny box got a little sweater template. And it's just so cute. This is what it looks like. And the projects that people did with this were amazing. I mean, they literally came up with so many different
It
kinds
was
of
so
things.
fun to see.
They had so much fun with it. It was really fun. Anyway, when I found out we were doing these templates for triple play, I'm like, I want a big sweater.
Yes.
And so they made me a big sweater. Here it is. And so the big sweater is really fun because you can fussy cut it. We also have the free printable. But if you're going to cut a lot of sweaters, it's nice to have
Templates
this.
is just real easy to trace around.
It really is. So then what you're going to do is you're going to have 15 of these that you're going to have 30 of these that you're going to pull out, and those are going to be your sweaters. Everything else can be used for embellishing.
Perfect.
And I used a lot of my edges for embellishing. So I took my So Light Fusible and I cut it into 10-inch squares so that I could iron it right on my 10-inch square, and I would be able to use the whole thing for everything. Awesome. So let me set this over here. And then once you get it ironed, which, takes just a minute.
Just a second.
What I did was I took and I put my sweater on it like this.
Pretty hot.
And I just moved it as close to the edge as I could get it so I have extra room out here for other embellishments. So we're going to go ahead and trace this on. And right on the bottom edge right there. And then around this sleeve. And we're good.
Perfect.
All right, so there's your sweater. And then you realize that over here, you can fit a little tree. You can just turn him and fit him however you want. So you'll trace that tree and you'll put it on there, and it'll just be so much fun. So as I'm choosing my fabrics and putting them together, this Santa fabric I just loved. I didn't feel like I could do a lot of embellishing to it, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to make collars and cuffs. And you'll see back here, like on this one right here, I have this little bit of collar and a rickrack and a little rickrack on the cuff. This one I traced the whole cuff on, and what I did with that was I just took my template and I just laid this, here, if I can grab this for a minute. Oh, hang on. She's just finishing tracing.
There's the tree.
It's very addictive, and it's, every sweater becomes this little work of art. So then what I would do is I would just take this right here, and I would just trace this little cuff.
Oh, I love
smart.
that.
And I'd trace this little cuff right here. And then I could just cut these out and set them on the sleeves. And I did the same thing with the neck. It all works the same.
That's very smart.
But
love
I
that.
love the little edges of the cuffs. So then it's like this.
And it just fits right on.
Yeah.
Just fits right on there. And I did the same thing with the neck. And then you're sitting there and you have lots of collars and cuffs, and they just look so cute. And then you go shopping at Missouri Star for embellishment stuff, and you end up with a baggie like this, full of rickrack and buttons and
Pom-poms.
the little pom-poms are so cute.
fun.
Oh, I want to show you these poms because this little pom string was so darling because they're kind of flat. Look at these.
Oh, that
my
is
gosh.
really
And so they lay really
cute.
nice. Now, you don't want to do any of this kind of embellishing until you get the quilt quilted.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was going to ask.
if it's not
So,
able to lay flat,
it
don't
has to
put
lay
it on
flat.
until after quilting.
So all the collars and the cuffs, all the templates, you know, I had the bow template, the flower template, the chuck template. I cut this out of another piece of fabric. You know, we have the gingerbread man. All those cuffs and collars, all the rickrack can all go on the little squares. Okay. Then you're going to sew the quilt together.
Yep.
Then you're going to put the borders on it. Then you're going to send it to have it quilted. When it comes back from quilting, that's when those embellishments that stand out.
Add the buttons.
That's when you sew the buttons on. That's when you put the little bead for the eyes. You know, that's when you have the belt and the little
fringe
palms,
is so
the little
cute.
fringe
So cute.
and things like that. So look at these chuck buttons, aren't they cute? Now, if you got the Jenny box a couple of years ago, there was a jar in there of buttons, and there was a chuck button in there.
So cute.
And I think that's that guy. So just remember that none of this stuff goes on before you get it quilted. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 6 squares. Your border, get it quilted, and then you can add all your embellishments that are 3-dimensional. It's
fun.
really, really fun, and it just makes a quick and easy, fun project and something really fun for Christmas time. And I just know you guys are going to love embellishing these sweaters. So, Natalie, I guess it's your turn.
All right, I'm excited.
Natalie, you're on.
All right, so I went with a cute little table runner.
Oh, I love it.
It's
I
the,
love this.
The felt
Oh my gosh.
snowflake runner. I thought this felt was so fun to use, and it
so
has such a
fun.
clean edge and also adds like pretty texture.
And a fun like, dimension to it. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
So
Really cool.
let me show you how to make it. So to make my quilt, you're going to need a package of 10-inch print squares, and I have used Once Upon a Christmas by Sweetfire Road for Moda Fabrics. I used a little border of this beautiful red print. You're going to need 1/3 of a yard. The binding is this pretty diagonal stripe, because who doesn't love a diagonal
How do you
stripe
fix that up?
binding? 3/8 of a yard for that, and then the backing is this cute little holly print, and that is 1 1/4 yards. So
cute.
very cute. Yeah, I just thought it was adorable. Some other helpful items. You're going to need the felt, and this comes in a 10-inch layer, 10-inch square pack. All of these beautiful holiday colors work really well with this line. So really you could combine the two and make several runners with all of these
Absolutely.
supplies. It would make quite a few. And then some fusible Sew Light adhesive and the little snowflake template, which is so cute. All right, so this is super fun and easy. I chose 5 that I thought looked really cute together, and I went with pinks and reds for this runner. So,
And that's actually something that's kind of good to know, because you said you used a layer cake, but you really used 5 10-inch
only
squares.
5
Yeah.
10-inch squares. Yeah.
But if you have a long table like I do,
You could make it
just keep
longer.
adding,
Keep
or you
going.
can make it short or make it square.
Yeah,
So many options.
So I just did these one at a time, and then once they were top stitched, I sewed them all together in a row of 5. So let's just work on one. We'll use this pretty red. We're gonna grab a piece of our felt from this stack, and I used the white squares because, you know, snowflake. But if you wanted to, you could do a tree, or you could do
Sure.
stars, or whatever.
Absolutely.
There's large templates that fit on the 10-inch squares in many different styles. All right, so we are going to take our fusible and we're going to iron it right onto the felt, and
And is there a right or wrong side on the felt?
I haven't noticed.
Okay.
I haven't noticed if there's a right or wrong side.
Doesn't seem to be.
It seems to be the same on both sides.
Okay.
So, and I didn't have any trouble ironing this at whatever heat my iron was set at, which is probably pretty high. So don't be afraid. It seems to work no problem.
Okay.
Well, and I love the lift, the look of it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I mean,
gives
I
great
used
texture.
invisible thread like Misty did too, so I didn't have to change my thread. But if your snowflakes are all white, you can just use the white.
I used
Yeah.
white thread, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then I just trace this right on here, and like so. Oops. I find that the mechanical pencil works a lot better for these because it has, it can get closer to the template, so it's a little bit more accurate than like a number 2 or a pen. And I feel like if you have a lot of little things, like these snowflakes have the little, you know, these
The
things are
little
kind
edges
of
in and out.
Yeah.
small. You want your
A lot of
true to be
detail.
pretty accurate. So, but also if you want to cut it out and adjust as you go, that is totally fine. All right, so I'm also going to show you a quick little trick to cutting these out. It's not really a trick, it's just a way that worked for my brain and made it easier so that I didn't feel like, that it was so tricky, because the felt is a little bit thicker than traditional fabric and you have to get your scissors into these little notches. All right, so we've got this cut, and so what I'm going to do, I have one that I already started on right here. I've got most of it cut out because it can be a little time consuming. So let me grab the scissors. So what I do is, see how in between these snowflake legs or arms or whatever,
Yeah.
I just cut this straight across like this so that I ended up with, you know, straight lines. And then this one I did from, you know, one side to the middle, and then I went around to the other side and went into the middle. So that just makes that easy to cut off. Oops. And then these, they do have a little bit of a curve, but I kept them straight. So I curve in right here, which is super easy. And then this part I just go straight in and cut that straight off.
Oh, nice.
So it's just, you know,
Which
it just makes
different,
it makes it a little bit easier and less stressful when you're just cutting into the little pieces like that.
That's awesome.
And then of course this comes off super easily, and we're just going to eyeball it. Now, if you have a piece like this, you can just trim that off. I had some of those, you know, so I just cleaned it up before I pressed it down. But yeah, I'm gonna eyeball it.
And when you stitch on it, it'll catch a lot of
That's
that
right,
too.
that's true. And we're just gonna press it.
And you press from the top.
I did.
Okay.
I pressed from the top. Now, if you guys are worried, you can certainly use a pressing cloth or you can flip it over, but I had no problems.
Okay.
It didn't do anything. It's
No, we were super fascinated when she was trying it because we didn't know if it would stick to the iron, how it would work, you know.
Nope, it's very, very good.
Once you get on a little bit, I think I would kind of
I was
flip it
gonna say, I
over
don't
and
know
press
that
from the
it's-
back, because then the glue is right
adhesive
there.
will stick
Yeah.
better maybe from the back side. Yeah, and that's it. And then I just added the top stitch that I liked. I went with the blanket stitch.
There we go.
And quilted it with the loops and swirls.
Quilted it with loops and swirls and added a little 2.5-inch border.
That's so cute.
It's just super cute. It's that simple.
I love
So
it.
easy.
I hope you enjoy.
So I think this was a really cool way to make a quick, easy project. We had
Yeah.
so much
Absolutely.
fun using the templates. We all did something
was so
completely
easy.
different. Yeah, it was really, really easy. And we hope you enjoyed this triple play from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. Hi everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. I'm here with Misty and Natalie, and we do a show called Triple Play. We love sewing together as a family, and we would like you to join us as we shoot for 1 million quilters.
I can't believe we're so close.
We're so close to 1 million, so hit that subscribe button and join us today.